Hello, everybody.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
It was funny. CB was like, I can't hear you. And I'm like, okay. Then she fixed that. Then I was like, now I can't hear you.
The computer did not want Sam and I discussing anything. Yeah. Also, I'm going to be eating during this, so...
That's fine. I'll tell you to mute if it bothers me. It's kind of funny. This is what happens when we don't actually talk before stream and we both just sort of show up and sit there. I was playing...
We had many calls where we just call each other and sit there.
I was playing Disney Twisted Wonderland because I'm trying to... I got enough diamonds to do a 10-fold, which is basically when I try to summon 10 things at once, and I'm trying to get at least one outfit per character so that I have all the characters, because apparently there are like special levels where it's like you have to have this character to do this level, and none of the levels are mandatory. You can do different levels, but I'm like, nobody keeps me out of a level.
100% so something.
I'm like, I need one of each boy.
Yes.
So I have all but 4 now, I think. Also, real quick,
it helps covering my mouth if I go like this, and I'm doing this so things don't fall, but I think I just need to make a decision.
What you do is you hold it like you come up to it, and then it's just like a smooth...
And then you guys just see it all fall down my chest as I do that.
Okay, it's smooth transition for those who are hand-eye coordinated.
So not me.
Side-eye. Hey, thanks, JC. I just like letting y'all know we didn't forget. We didn't reschedule or cancel. We're here.
We were both here on time.
We were early, actually.
Yeah.
Yay! Thanks, Jess. And also, hey, been a bit. Everyone's saying hi. In the military, I used to call my family and I'd talk to them for like 20 minutes and then just sit and just listen to them talk and stuff for like an hour. I used to do that too. I still do that sometimes. Like my mom called me yesterday, and because she wanted to ask me a question, and she and I discussed it. And then her and my sister started talking about it, and I just sat there while I was playing my game, just listening to them talk about it.
I called my dad like an hour ago, and we chatted for like 10 minutes, but he was in the middle of a scout meeting, but he like left the scout meeting. He's like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, literally nothing. Sorry. But we still chatted. Updated him on my life and stuff. I spent today cleaning, so I didn't exactly have like a super exciting update, but I was like, hey, I had this problem with my chair and I fixed it, and that's what you missed on me. He was like, oh, good job. I'm like, this is a great conversation. It was. I was being serious.
Those are good conversations, though.
My parents keep reminding me that they want to hear about my life, even if it's not exciting stuff. And I'm like, well,
exactly.
I feel like that's boring.
Parents like the boring.
Apparently.
My child is over there sorting through her stuff, and I look over, and it's just like the cutest thing. So, you know.
But yeah, I did a lot of cleaning today. That's it. I did nothing this weekend because I had a migraine.
let me tell you, I will. This involves you too, right? It's kind of funny. So my children went to an anime convention for the first time, right? I expected them to maybe get a little bit of the con cred. I did not expect the Nashville pollen to completely, totally wreck my oldest child. Like he doesn't have sinus issues, but he does like he won't care that I say this. He thinks it's a little funny the way that it goes, but like he'll get like his earwax and his sinuses will like band together to destroy his entire hearing
That
system.
happens with me. Yeah.
So like I'll have to pour peroxide in his ear, let that like break down the earwax, and then clean his ears out. And it's kind of funny because he'll be like, "Mom, I am deaf in this ear." He's like, "I cannot hear out of this ear."
Yeah, I'll get like that.
And then he'll be like, "Wait, I can hear the bubbling." Oh,
It's happening. It's happening, everyone.
I can hear again. So
to a lesser extent, yeah, I get that. I haven't had it since I moved out here, and I think it's just a whole different host of things.
Yeah,
there isn't enough plant light for pollen. No, I'm joking, but also, so that's
well, it's pollen, dust, dander.
The dust definitely kills me when I'm outside, though.
And
too long.
So he like got taken out. I actually think he may have gotten a sinus infection too, but like he's doing better. But then his brother also got like after we got home, I think he had a little bit of the con crud combined with like his allergies and stuff. And I'm pretty confident it was allergies because allergy medication helped both of them. So but then this weekend, I got the combo whammy of it stormed and my sinus is drained, probably a little bit of con crud, and then also my period. And I was sitting there and I'm just like dead. Like I had to do errands this weekend too. They could not be avoided. The husband could not do them. He needed sleep. So I did the library run. I also had to go to the DMV to get my real ID.
I have to do that.
Yeah. But I don't have a fancy passport to fall back on.
I do right now, which is good because I have a flight on the 14th, and I'm like...
Oh, yeah, because apparently after you get approved, it could still take 45 days for it to come in the mail. Yes. So...
That's so fun.
Yeah. And if it doesn't come, then you have to ask. So I'm going to be like, come in the mail. Come on. Yeah. So yeah, I went to the DMV, but also my youngest decided to accompany me on my journey. So she like read a book in the DMV while I was dealing with something. Nice. But I also like my migraine.
I want DMV company.
You want to go with CB to the DMV? Sure. Okay. She said sure. She'll bring a book.
Ship your child to California to come. I don't want to go alone.
But so she and I like because at the DMV like I was already feeling so like my migraine was starting to pound so hard I was questioning whether or not I should call my mother to come drive me places. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna look for coffee between the DMV and the library. Found this bakery. I will not say the name of it, though, because it is a local bakery owned by this wonderful German lady. Ooh. Chris and I actually took the kids there. It's specifically a German bakery. And Chris and I and restaurant. We took the kids there when they were little because they have a kindergarten area for the kids to play. And I mean, like, it's really cool. It's got its own little libraries, like toys and stuff. And then there's also, like, board games. So that, like, it's a nice, like, it is designed to be parent and kid friendly. Yeah. So we went there. I ordered a caramel apple coffee. She got an Irish cream coffee. Nice. And then we got this chocolate strawberry little cake and an apricot croissant thing. It looked like two croissants made together with the apricot in the middle, like a croissant, or like an apricot shuriken.
Like a Danish almost?
No, it was like literally two croissants that just looked like instead of it was They were like this.
Oh, yeah, I get it now. Like,
gotta be very careful how my fingers bent together at that point. No, like an X, but slightly curved because croissants curve. Yeah, I'll see if I can find a picture and send it to you later. But it was, either way, it was delicious. The coffee worked like magic. My migraine was non-existent for a time. Long enough for us to go to the library, do what we needed to do, and then go home. Because after I got home, I was just, I refused to lay down. I would only lay in a slightly sat position because I know my sinuses. The moment I lay down, everything was going to stuff up.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I stay sat up, I'll be good. And Chris is just like, hon, I think you caught whatever the kids had. And I'm like, first of all, neither allergies nor periods nor migraines are contagious. None of these things can be caught. Before anybody goes, well, actually, periods. I grew up in a house with 7 women. I am aware you can sync up. That's not what happened.
That's because of environmental factors, not because of catching something.
Exactly.
That's because you're all being acted upon by the same thing, not because you are acting upon each other. To say it in a really weird but accurate way, I think. Anyways, yes.
Well, like it was an inside joke in my house that once somebody started their period, it could be contagious because your hormones can actually activate somebody else's hormones. Okay. Bodies are weird. So
I haven't had a period in years, and I'm so thankful. That's just something I don't want to have to worry about.
I used to work with when I was at conventions, I worked with this woman at every convention. She would be like, are you on your period? And I'd be like, no. And she's like, we could share a bed because I am not having my period early. Like, apparently she was. Okay. Yeah, no, she was just super set. Like, apparently the way her physiological system worked is she was just super sensitive to other women's cycles. So if somebody else started, she would start up to like a week early.
Wow.
And I felt so bad for her. So she's like, I can't share a bed with anybody. She's like, I'll catch it. And I'm like, I'm so sorry you have to deal with that. But yeah. Boring is criminally underrated. It is. Yeah, and hey, CB, at least they care. You could have.
Oh yeah, 100%. I appreciate that.
And I'm catching up. I had the same feelings, but backwards when I left California, CB. I was in the desert where there were no plants, so nothing to be allergic to.
Mm-hmm. I did think I got like allergies, I think last week, and I had either D&D or a stream that I took allergy meds beforehand because I was just like really feeling it in my chest and like my throat and stuff. And I was like,
what is up, my biscotti?
Something like kicked it off, but I can't remember now what it was.
What do you need? I think your pink, yellow, green, stretchy hair is amazing.
No, it's a Bob Ross haircut.
Oh, it's a Bob Ross haircut. My bad. I see that now. Would you like to show chat so they can see the wonderful rainbow Bob Ross haircut? You have to walk over this way.
The child just trying to lean.
Yeah. The camera starts roughly. No. Here, let me help you out there.
Ooh, I love those things.
Oh,
okay,
that's
so fun.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
They make good. Do you hear that pulsing? It's like feedback from a mic, but I'm not sure if it's on my end or your end. And I'm worried it has something to do with the issues of mics beforehand. But if you can't hear it, then that's fine. Or
I don't think I hear.
Okay, cool. I'll just.
I will also say one of the things you can ask CB. I was whining about how absolutely dead I was, convinced I was going to pass out. I put burlesque on, and I'm like, I'm living my best life now. I don't even notice the migraine or the sinuses. Cher is amazing. Christina Aguilera rocked it. Christian Bale's great as an antagonistic role with a redemption arc.
He's a great actor. Stanley
Tucci, amazing as always.
Related to one of my professors. Which is a fun fact.
They better appreciate him. So
I finished Never After, D20 Never After today. It never fails to make something about Emily Axford and then Siobhan Thompson. They, in every campaign I've watched them in, which is only 3 so far, but they capture this like essence of girlhood and like being a woman, and they'll just like be a moment that'll kill me, like sobbing, like, and then Emily can
They
like,
are really good at
cry,
that.
and then I cry because I cry all of the time, but this time it was like the thing about it was this is not spoilers, but Emily Axford plays Little Red Riding Hood. And of course there's the grandmother, so there's like talking about the grandma and stuff, and then the way they're like describing that grandma reminds me of my grandma, and I'm like crying, and we're all crying, and Brendan Lee Mulligan looks like he's about to cry, and I'm like, oh my god.
Everyone's gonna
like,
cry.
It's so good, and I just respect Emily and Siobhan so much, and just like the energy between them is so like, yes, I don't know, there's just moments where I'm like, that's it, that right there.
They have very strong what am I looking for?
I'm not sure.
Like a healthy girl power dynamic, even when their characters are at odds.
Yeah. And I just the group of people, the like intrepid heroes, they're all like, I like their chemistry and stuff. And but so that was getting me in my feels today when I was like cleaning. They start doing like speeches and stuff. And I'm like, but it's fine. Or it's more like, oh, what's this wet stuff on my face? And I realize I'm like tears streaming down my cheeks. I can't see anymore. That happened today when I was like working with scissors trying to get like something unknotted, then all of a sudden I couldn't see, and I'm like, I have to put this down for a few minutes. But yeah, that's what I got up to.
JC said every female I develop deep friendships with, I almost always end up syncing up. Yeah. Okay, hold on. I will experiment.
I unplugged I can't hear you right now. I think it's my system. You're muted now.
I know I was muted. JC, when I muted...
Oh, no, it came back.
Hear it? Okay, well, hold on. Let me mute.
But I don't know. Yeah, it went away. But I don't know if it's my speaker and my mic being poorly organized, which would be weird because they're always like this. But they could be in a weird mood or something.
Oh, well, if it's a...
It doesn't bother JC.
Hold on.
You have a fan, right? Oh, you do have a fan. But
I have a laptop cooling desk, which is a small fan, yes. Hold on.
I think it's still there.
Well, I just plugged it back in. Thank you, baby. Let me move my...
It doesn't sound as much like a fan, or like, yes, a fan, but more like the pulsing, like, boom, boom, boom. It doesn't bother.
Okay. Yes, you can have that.
As long as it's not bothering.
I just want to find out if I'm right, and that's what it is. That's all.
Yeah, I want to find out if it's because I have to like move my mic around and stuff. It's fine.
Is it gone?
Speak some.
Baba, black sheep, have you any?
No, it's totally there.
It's still there?
Yep, it's fine though.
Then it is not my laptop fan because it's been off for a couple minutes. Well, that's good. Laptop, you're allowed to have your personal AC pack. I know how do I turn you back on? Oh, there we go.
Aside from that, nothing really is up with me.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I was going to keep it on regardless. I just wanted to
just I switched my calendar over to May and then looked at a blank month other than streams and D&D and just went, I need to get a job. I have to get a job. I'm like setting up to like, meet up for lunch with this one woman. She's like, oh, are you working the first 2 weeks of May? And I'm like, no, I don't work. I don't have a job.
So
It's
you
fine.
have been trying. Could you
I
try
applied to
harder?
Barnes and Noble the
Yeah,
other day.
but you've at least tried.
I feel like Barnes and Noble should hire me. It's fine. So yay, job search. Aside from that, I failed to reach 10K my first week, but it's fine.
You were on such good pace to reach it before the migraine went. You know what I
Yeah.
really love to do? Like, as a chronic migraine, my number one joy in life, fuck up your goals.
I'm like resetting to do 10K this week.
I was on such good track to actually do everything I wanted to do this weekend. Or like between the week and the weekend, I finished revising, not for her. I did the CP stuff I needed to do. And then I was like, now I just gotta start beta reading for RP. And my migraine went about that. And I was like, this is just fucking rude. So that's what I will be doing. Also, if anybody likes to stalk people's stats, I have an account on Anime Planet now where I will slowly be adding all of the webtoons that I read to there. Discovered I don't read a lot in Y and Z, apparently.
Oh, okay.
I'm starting from the back going forward. I have like 12 on there in the red tab. I forgot how many in the reading, and then I'm already up to like 100 something in want to read.
Oh, nice. Wow. I'm doing the kind of, I was not expecting those stats. I have
Yes, my child. Yes, my child. Yes, my child.
Can I go now?
No. You have to work at least half my stream.
I found out, or I finally gave, like, you know how there's always that one comic that you always, like, scroll past? I went and I read it, and nah. I should have just kept scrolling. It was fine until they met in real life. It's one of the ones where they're, like, in the same game, where it's, like, an MMORPG, and, yeah. And he was fun in game, but as soon as they met in the real world, he was an absolute creep. And I was like, ow! Okay.
What?
Been dead.
Just leave it.
I love that.
Unless you want to take it.
Can I make us pop up on screen too?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Okay. My child is demanding a lot of my attention since I'm making her organize her stuff. No, since I'm making her organize her stuff, she's decided she needs to harass me.
Okay.
Like, she's not getting my attention for anything important. She's just like, Mom, I found my old phone. Yes. Why are you giving me that look? I see you found your tab.
I would love to work at a bookstore, JC.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, see, I have read, it says 17, but I counted before I started. I had already added 5 manga, and then I was like, wait, there's specifically because if you go in the, like, all manga section, it's got manga, webtoons, and, like, everything, but then there's specifically an only webtoons tab, and I'm like, I want to know how many webtoons I'm up to right now.
That's fair.
Minus 5, so yeah, right now, 12. Right now it says I've read 12. I'm reading 9, and I want to read 120. Okay. In my defense of these low stats, I've only done 20 pages from the back. Like, I started from Z, and I'm going forward. I'm only in W.
Okay, so you haven't hit any of the A life or A or Z.
I haven't hit any of the my, A, or the.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't hit those sections yet. I did hit the your section and was humbled by how few yours I've read. I was like, I need to step up my your game.
God,
it's all important. It is. You should have seen the bombastic side eye she sent me.
I had a thought and then it totally escaped.
Are you judging yourself for what you have on your tablet?
That is so fair.
It's still a lot. It's still fully charged.
Well, yeah, it's still fully charged. It's been off.
Hmm.
The
Wow. Some devices, when you power them up, they're kind of pieces of shit. I mean, my phone. I mean, what?
Well, yeah, phones tend to lose battery even when they're off because, like, they're still doing things.
Yes. I'm hoping that when I go home, I think one of my parents got a new phone and I can have their old phone. Because
I just got a
my
new one
front camera
for
is still
timing.
busted. Yeah.
I checked my old phone I've had for 8 years. And this is my first new one in 8 years.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you have a new one. I've had this, I think, for 5 years now.
Chris was like, "Are you gonna take it to the convention if your case doesn't come in?" He's like, "It should, but if you're," I'm like, "No, if my case is not coming, I'm not taking." He's like, "But you've kept your old phone for 8 years." And I'm like, "Yeah, and do you not remember that within the first month of me having it, I accidentally left it on the top of the van, and it fell off and broke within the first month." I'm like, all the bad things that happen to my phones happen within the first month.
When I was a little kid, I was like doing like soccer practices and like being picked up from school by like friends' parents and stuff. And my older brother had gotten like an iPhone 1 or something. And I was like, I want a phone. And so my parents gave me a flip phone if they said if I like didn't get it damaged for a certain period of time. I don't remember how long that time was. I could get a real phone. And then because I broke stuff all of the time as a child, and probably still now, definitely. And then I rolled up with, like, when it was over, with the perfectly intact phone because I never used it. I put it in a drawer.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, it can't break if I don't use it. And then I've never, like, dropped my own phone and broken it. It's always been, like, I just woke up one morning and the front of this phone was broken. I think something fell on it, like one of the cats knocked over a cup or something. But I have no memories of breaking any phones. Other than the one time I like dropped one in an elevator. But oops.
I may have gone back to organizing my webtoon list.
Sam, stop.
But we got ourselves stuck inside an adult fantasy novel. Sounds so interesting.
It does. But stop
Also,
it.
I told myself I would do at least 100 pages a day, and I haven't done any today.
100 pages on the website?
Of just like going through the website. Okay. It doesn't take that long.
Okay.
I'm just scrolling through to be like, did I read this one?
If you're like, oh, I'm gonna get 100 pages done a day. I'm like, I thought you're like meant of, I don't know, reading something, but I'm like, this is totally a different goal than I thought you were.
Of webtoons, I can do that, no problem.
My problem is finding ones that I like.
Also not really a problem for me.
My mother texted me today, and she was like, I'm talking to this, like, one of my new friends, and she really likes those M-M books, not MLM, like, not M-M books. Like, do you have, what's your favorite? And I'm like, I don't know how to answer this. Because I was like, okay, this is probably a woman in her 50s. Is this asking to like compare our favorites? Like, I have so little context for saying what my favorite is.
Like,
I didn't want to say
don't understand.
Too complicated to have to justify. So I did say Grandmaster. But I'm like, honestly, I don't know what my favorite is. But yeah. And so I haven't gotten a response to that. Well, like, my mom thumbs it up, and I'm like, did you tell this woman? What was her reaction? Does she read the gay Chinese novels, or does she read gay American novels? Like, are we talking about red, white, and blue?
You like gay, and your brain's just like, what culture?
I was going to say white people, but I'm like, no.
Gay. I mean, that's also fair.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't know what environment I'm submitting my like reincarnation.
You don't know to whom you're bearing your sins.
Yeah, like, I mean, the main story is that there is the swords and the incense and it's, it's fine. And I was like, what was her reaction? Did you tell her? Did she go like, oh, I've never heard of that, I'm gonna look it up now? Because she should. It's a great book.
Unrelated note, would anybody be interested in watch partying burlesque with me after the stream tonight? Because I have the soundtrack stuck in my head. And I would love to watch party burlesque with chat.
Did you just watch it?
I watched it Saturday.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, did you just listen to the... But no, okay.
I did. But look. I have loved Cher since I was a child, right? Because my grandmother loves Cher. And my grandmother is one of those ladies who one of her hobbies was keeping up with Hollywood Insider and all of that. And so when burlesque came out, I was excited about it. And I had grown up listening to, Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera. So Christina Aguilera being in a movie was really cool. Also, I like burlesque as a performance art. So I was like, this is good. And then the movie itself is actually really, like, it's such a, like, wholesome show of the power and beauty of burlesque as an art style and a form of solidarity and empowerment for because of the club and everything and all of that. And like, not all of the men are trash. Even like our antagonistic bad guy is not portrayed as like a terrible, horrible person. Like, he's just somebody with different plans and priorities. So it's a really good movie, and I need more people to experience it. And
I've been meaning to watch Moulin Rouge with Ian McGregor.
I don't know about that one though.
Mostly because I like Ian McGregor. I
will watch that one with you. I've never actually seen.
Me neither. I haven't seen it. I
love the song that they sing in it, but
yeah.
But
I want to see Obi-Wan Kenobi dancing and singing.
No, I think we were thinking of two very different songs from Moulin Rouge.
Maybe.
I was thinking of the titular song, "Welcome to the Moulin Rouge."
Oh yeah, no.
Oh.
I was thinking of his like heartbroken ballad thing.
Yeah, that is not the song. I was thinking of the one that has 5 badass women singing on stage together.
I actually don't know what's happening in the context of the one I'm thinking of because I've never seen it or listened to the whole soundtrack.
But like the song that is specifically stuck in my head plays when like our main character first enters the burlesque show, and it's Cher is standing up there in a burlesque circus ringleader's outfit, and the line that keeps going through my head is just like, "You may not be guilty, but you're ready to confess." And I'm like, oh, it's such a good line.
It was a good line.
So and it's on Netflix. And I have Teleparty, which is the Netflix's watch party apparently.
I'm planning on working on my Ren Fair outfit and listening to Not Your Crush's Cauldron after the stream.
Oh yes, speaking of which, tomorrow we will be streaming our book talk for Not Your Crush's Cauldron. I would say that we should just officially move it to Tuesdays, but then I don't think CB will finish the books by Tuesday.
No.
So we're just going to keep saying that we stream on Sundays and stream on Tuesdays. Probably.
Potentially, we can move it back to Saturday. I have my final improv class, not this weekend, but
not this month. I have things I have to do on these Saturdays.
But I have my improv show. I don't think anyone who watches in California, I was gonna like, if you're in LA, you can come to my improv show.
Laura might be. You can shoot her an invite.
Laura, yeah, I mean, probably not in LA, but if anyone is, UCB improv show on the 11th from 3 to 4. I'm in Improv 101.
I forgot to set us up before because
At a media source. Yeah. But I did improv in high school and college, and doing it now is very different feeling because before I like knew everyone in my classes and like knew people's like humor and everything, and then this is like people from all walks of life and we've never met before we're doing improv, so it's like, oh, I don't know your sense of humor, I don't know how you're going to finish this like thing that I lob up to you. So it's definitely like changing the skill set. And then I also have to like, the writer part of my brain wants to plan the whole scene, but that's not improv. So I'm really focusing on like setting up things and then like rolling with how it goes. And like how to communicate what I want to communicate in the like opening line. Like if I want to set up a like wizard scene, then say that in the first line, not like, oh, I'll say a line that will prompt you saying something, then I can introduce. It's like, no, I need to get all of the information in as short amount as possible, as soon as possible. And it's really interesting. I've been enjoying it. I kind of want to take other classes at UCB. They offer like sketch writing and comedy writing classes. And I'm like, I don't have much experience writing comedy, but my mom says I'm funny. So maybe I'll make
it's a good skill to develop.
Yeah, definitely.
Flash Fiction Challenge kicks off next month, but I do not have time. I'm checking my emails because I want to at least get my setup for beta reading so that I can look at what that is.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, JC.
JC also.
Much appreciated. I forgot.
I lost the tab with
I was so confused. What it was like? Who's Horus? And then I remembered he's the Dragon Skull.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't have a full second. I'm like, what the hell? But it's cool. It's fine. It's
cool. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Hello, we're back. Hello. I've unmuted you.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm checking my word count.
You're good. I did not get any reading done, but it was not my fault.
Oh.
No. My child was bothering me. I went and I checked through my emails because that was an important task. Also, where the chapters and such are located.
Were you wearing white makeup before?
No.
Okay. I'm like, I noticed
I was getting ready because I didn't do that before the stream.
Before stream, when we were chilling, I don't think you were wearing lip makeup, and then you popped up on stream with lip makeup, and I was like, okay, she threw on lip makeup, and then this time you have like full eye on, and I'm like, okay, she is slowly just changing her look.
Yeah. It is done though. I'm not adding any more. That is
the shirt you're wearing on top. It's very cute.
Thank you. That's the advantage of actually being set up in my streaming room, is that my makeup is in hand's reach, so I can actually do it now.
Nice.
But yeah, so I did, because I knew I would not be able to read while my child was still in here, so I decided to go ahead and do my eye thing while I listened to Moulin Rouge the song, because I've never seen the movie, don't know how I feel about the movie, but that song is a banger. I fucking love that song.
Okay.
And JC said, I thought there was something different about you.
I got 535 words done.
Nice.
Which
hold on, I didn't finish explaining why I wasn't done.
Okay, you can keep talking.
I know. No, I want to finish before I forget where I was. So the child finished. I went over. I inspected their progress. Said that they did excellent progress today. Can go upstairs. Called the other child to babysit the dog to make sure she doesn't eat any of the child's possessions that are still in here. He was just like, "Can I take her in the other room?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine." So he did. And then I was like, maybe I could start reading. And then my mother called me and like, I found them. And I'm like, what did you find? The books that my elementary school had a thing where from first grade up, every year you made your own little book. And she read me the titles of mine. I have been alliterative since I was 6 years old, y'all.
Illiterate?
Alliterative.
Oh, I'm like, wait, what?
My titles all, like, there was something about the mathematical magnificent mother. So, like, yeah. So I was like, and then I got everything set up, and I'm like, I have less than a minute. I am not reading right now. I'm not getting a minute in, so.
That's fair. I am slightly considering getting a compression glove for my left hand. Because ever since I fell the other week, I've had like pain in here, and then right now I have pain right here. And I've broken this wrist twice and sprained it quite a few times. So I know I'm at risk for carpal tunnel.
Oh yeah, definitely get a compression. My mom.
The past couple days I've been like with embroidery and stuff, like I've just been having like a lot of ache in my wrists and stuff. And like right now I just, from half an hour of typing, my wrist is like right along right here. So I'm thinking about getting some sort of something for it. I don't know.
So my mom does a lot of hand sewing and crocheting and stuff, and so she swears by one for her wrist.
Can you ask your mama to send me?
Yeah, I can
to get a link. Because like even if it's not something I need now, doing preventative care, because I'm 22 years old, I kind of need my dominant hand for a bit longer.
Yeah, it's just,
and I just
cool.
like in the grand scheme of my life, I've only been doing embroidery for a year, and I really enjoy it. And I don't want to have to choose between embroidery and writing, because we all know which one I'm choosing. So, and like I think my posture and stuff is good for typing. I mean, not for my back, but wrist wise. And I've seen like a physical therapist and stuff last time I fucked up my hand. And so I'm just like conscious of it. She thought I had carpal tunnel. And she's like, you were 19 years old and you have carpal tunnel. Possibly. And then she's like, okay, no, but be aware. And I'm like, that is so ominous, but okay.
Right? You're like, thank you for that. Also, sorry, this just popped into my head. My youngest has been like razzing me so hard, especially because when my sinuses act up and I start to sound nasally, I think my brain thinks that's time to have fun. And so that's when my random accents pop out the most.
Oh, okay.
And
because your voice already sounds a little odd.
Yeah, my voice already sounds weird. Like my accent is already altered. Might as well alter it further.
Yeah.
And to make it more pleasant to my ears. And so my daughter, like I'm trying to talk to her and she's like, why do you sound like Dracula? And I'm like, because it is in the fridge. You don't.
Not Dracula. Yeah.
My husband bought me a spicy salad today and I was like, do you want to try this spicy salad? But yeah.
I put dressing on the salad, so I can't put it back in the fridge because it'll be gross. But I'm like,
I do anyway.
I want to continue eating it, but I don't want to throw it away. I'm like, I don't know if this is enough to put. I don't know. I'm gonna take some pain meds for my wrist. It is actually bothering me.
All right, yes, take care of your wrist. Triple checked that I got the right doc sent to Sam since I messed up before, then made sure I didn't need any more planning for D&D, then started making the questionnaire for the fourth beta section. Wait, I don't have a third. Is there a third? Has the third been released? I only have part 1 and 2. I don't mind that I am a little behind. I just need to know exactly how behind I am. I forgot I am not ready. That's okay. Let me go to YouTube to see what you were trying to do.
Oh, I am trying to reach 30K tonight, which I'm at 28,833. So that's not much more. 1,177. Go me. That's right.
I don't know what I want to do. I am torn because I don't necessarily think I am in the right mindset to beta read tonight, and I don't want to do that to RP, but I also don't want to put it off. So, no, I dropped a thing. I'm thinking.
Oh, I did not do the math right. It's not 77, it's 67. I tried, guys.
It dropped the pedal, and now I can't find it.
JC was no. RP says no. The third section isn't released yet. Just trying to stay ahead of everything. Go you. And JC was trying to post a link for some compression gloves for me.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me go to my YouTube studio. You can keep talking. I didn't mean to say wait to you.
No worries.
Kindly distract chat while I do things.
But I have there's already so there's this character that they're only gonna show up a couple times and they're gonna like slightly unnerve Rye. Because she's gonna be not a religious zealot, but the closest you can get without quite being there. And I just like having Rye like steps into, he's staying in a room in the palace, and I'm like, plumbing's a thing in this world because fuck not having plumbing. They have dragons, they can have plumbing. It's magical plumbing, but it's plumbing. So he like sticks his head in the bathroom, and there's like a bathtub, and then like the spout, and then like hot and cold buttons, runes kind of thing. Because if there's one thing about me writing a fantasy world, there's going to be magical runes.
One moment. Can we see kindly refresh or try again? You should now have a wrench. You may continue.
And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna finish that, like, have that little moment there, and then Rye's gonna like return, like finish his little conversation after scoping it out, and then end the conversation, be like, I'm going to go take a bath because it's like a fancy bath. Who the fuck would? I love a bath. And I'm imparting that on him, and I'm like, I don't want to just gloss over the bath. Because I don't know. I think it would be fun. So now I kind of want to have him in the bath when the like, and he's ready to have this like conversation with the servant, and she's like, oh, is it true you like have seen dragons? Like, because that's the, you know, faith that she follows is worshiping dragons as gods. And he's like, they burned down my village, and also I am one. He doesn't say that to her. And so he's like weirded out by that. And I'm like, I want to make this interaction even more uncomfortable. I'm going to have him in the bath as this is happening. And I'm trying to decide whether I want him in the bath, like fully in it, like completely naked, obviously, because it's a bath. And then like a knock on the door, and Rye being like, yeah, because he thinks it's Hal. And then a serving girl opening the door. She's a young woman. And her being like completely nonplussed by him being naked. Or him like her opening the door, and he's gonna be like, what the hell, either way. Or her opening the door, him being like, what the hell, like, what, who are you? And her like saying like, oh, I'm so sorry, because she was like assigned to the room and stuff. And then he like puts on a towel, and then she's like trying to help dress him, and then also asking him these questions. Or like fully have him just still in the bath as the conversation's happening, and he's like, please stop talking to me. But I'm trying to make the decision whether or not I want her to be like slightly crushing on him. But I feel like that's too, I don't know, cliche. I don't know. Or have it so she's like completely apathetic to what he looks like, because her job is being a servant. Like she's seen naked nobles and stuff before. So I'm not sure which one to do.
Which one do you think would be the most fun to write?
I don't know. I'm thinking about with her crushing on him and him not noticing, or him realizing, and then later with Jason, his actual love interest, they'll be in situations where Rye's like, where Jason's crushing and Rye not noticing. So I'm like, do I want that to be a thing, or do I want
as a reader, I would be so annoyed if he noticed a girl crushing on him but not a guy. I'd be like, homophobic. How dare you?
Or more like him noticing that she's acting like especially weird around him, and maybe him just attributing to the fact that she's met dragons and she's being like really friendly, but like the reader would be like, Rye, you're naked. And yeah,
because it is Rye and he is a dragon, so he's from like a small village.
Mediums. He knows everyone.
Yeah. How is nudity in that village? Like, do the kids go like practically skinny dipping in the river together?
Yeah, I'm having like later he's going to wear a like sexy outfit and just not.
So I think it would be great if he's like just in the bath, does not at all realize anything is weird about this,
I
And
think he'll be thrown off by the fact that a random stranger's walking into the room when he's
like he could be
But
like,
after
well, this
that-
is weird. I don't know her. She doesn't know me, but I guess this is just how they roll in the Capitol.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
I do not accept this statement. This is just a human thing. This is not a male thing. It is not a female thing. A lot of people just don't realize when other people are crushing on them. And that it mostly has to do with a self-esteem thing, because you're like, oh, there's no way that like they could like me. I was the opposite. I just sort of assumed, well, I will explain. From the time I was in 6th grade onward, I was like the only girl in gamer and geek groups of boys. I was confessed to so many times. So the moment a guy started acting weird, I was like, he's got a thing for me. And I just pretended I did not know. Pretended this was not a thing. It did not exist. I
have used that move as well, where I'm like, nope.
I'm not going to deal with this. But, then I, like, in high school, though, after I got a boyfriend, I was like, no man would ever like me again. I am taken. I was wrong.
That's not how
That's not how it works, sadly. So that was when I started missing signs and stuff, because I'd be like, no, there's no way. So it's just like, that's one of those things where I think it depends on if you're on the lookout for it or not, really.
Yeah.
Because I was very hyper aware of it when I was single. Like, the brief time between my ex and my husband, I was hyper aware of every time someone flirted with me. And then I started dating my husband and yet again became oblivious. And every time my husband would be like, oh, so-and-so has a crush on you. And I'm like, no, there's no way. I'm married. People don't crush on married women. That's not how that works. I've looked back at interactions I've had with a couple of women and been like, wait a minute, I'm an idiot. Yeah, I feel that. Also, CB, are you clicking the links that your fellow C is?
Yes. I'm texting my father being like, hey,
I want
this is a good idea.
That's good. Oh, no, Sam.
I was like pulling out a measuring tape and like measuring my hands and stuff. Fantasy.
Hey, to be clear, these were my thoughts 15 years ago. By the way, Chris and I will be married 15 years in July.
I'm caught between everyone I meet loves me or they're disgusted by me, sometimes at the same time. It's just a little duality in my head.
Please stop me if any of this is TMI as I start to lightly razz you. It will be absolutely nothing for me to just sit there and CB will send me, are they flirting with me? And they're just like, hey, CB, how are you?
Look, I have been before.
Go get coffee. Is this a date?
And I'm paranoid now because sometimes I think it's like a friend thing and then it's not a friend thing. Or sometimes it is a friend thing, but it didn't, like, I know for a fact that was not the vibe.
On a date. It's just like, Sam, do you think this is a date? And I'm like, have you asked them? Maybe.
I need to ask them because then they'll feel bad. Either answer. Either I didn't realize it was a date and then they'll feel bad, or I thought it was the date and I seem like an idiot. So...
I don't want to get too
that paralysis.
anything recent in case any of her new acquaintances like watch the stream or anything. But
this is recent. But it's so fun. So fun.
I don't think it's a problem. It's just funny.
Getting human interaction sometimes. Look, you would think that stargazing as someone lays their head upon your chest and entwines their fingers with your own and saying how much and like how you smell good and they're like spending time with you, that would be romantic, but then it isn't. So you can't trust anything anymore. And that's not a one-time occurrence.
No,
that exact situation has happened to me multiple times. So
I think that when that happens, they're trying to shoot their shot and then hide very quickly, and they lie and they're gaslighting. That's not something you just casually do. I don't care what they
the world is a complicated place.
Yeah, they do. It's wild. See,
but it wasn't. It wasn't, apparently. I thought so too, and I was wrong, apparently.
I fully believe that they're just lying. I think they wanted to, and then they quickly decided, no, I don't.
Damn.
And also, never have I gotten hit on more than when I was looking my absolute worst. I'm like, why are you looking? What are you looking at? Because I'm not seeing what you see too. I was like, do you see me right now? See, when they like you at your absolute worst, they're like, damn, that's as bad as it's going to get? All right. It only goes up from there.
In like freshman year, we had like shared dorms and stuff.
Okay.
And then I would wear like the same makeup look I'm wearing now, except it was much more very much a romantic thing, but they're probably scared of rejection, so they say,
yeah,
well,
that's what I mean.
was interested in these situations.
Yes, I know, but here's the thing. You can like know somebody's gonna say yes and still be terrified they're gonna say no.
Yeah. But with the looking your worst thing, I would like wear eyeliner every day, and I had shared bathrooms, and so I'd go there, and I was like brushing my teeth one day, and I walked in, and my like semi crush at the time was standing there, and I was like, oh hey, and then like asked them about their day and stuff. We got like a full 3 minutes into this conversation before they go, CB? Except they said my actual name. And they fully didn't recognize me with like out eyeliner on. And I was like, I still don't get over that. Like, I don't think I will ever emotionally recover from that. Because it wasn't like seeing someone super out of context or anything. They knew I lived down the hall and we shared the same bathroom. But it was just like it did not click for them. So
like me and somebody in Walmart had like a whole ass 15-minute conversation, shooting the shit, catching up and stuff before we were both like, I do know you, right? We went to the same school, didn't we? And then we figured out how we knew each other.
Wow.
That's just how Southerners are. I'm not sure how, JC, I don't know how I feel about a lot of thought processes, so it's fine. Like, does that mean I look beautiful even in my messiest, or that I was going with like the first one where it's like, damn, she still
100%.
looks good, even like this is the worst. Yes. And I may have said it very poorly though, because I'm still recovering. CV, if it's a guy and you don't just tell them that you're interested in them, then they will assume you aren't interested. Again,
I don't think that is true.
Not a male-female thing. This is just a general people thing. I know, RP, you can only speak for guys, but
yes. I also think that some people will just assume you are interested because you didn't say you're not.
Yeah, I was about to say, the stereotype is actually that men assume you're interested, even when you're not. That just reminds me of the kid that hit on me at MomoCon. He was so sweet, so cute, but it took me a moment. I was like, sir? That's fair enough, JC. We were at MomoCon, and he had some sort of pendant that was an anime eye. I don't remember what it was. It might have been a Sharingan or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of anime eyes are distinctive and symbolic of the characters and stuff. But I saw him, and like I like to compliment people on their anime that they own.
I love complimenting people.
Yeah,
so and that
also really helps when you work in sales.
Yeah.
It's also just the thing I like to do. So I told him that I really liked his eye, whatever it was. And he was like, oh, thank you. I really like your eyes too. And I was like, oh, thanks. And then he just sort of sat there and he said something else. And there was like, and I'm like, I'm married. And he goes, oh, I was just, this kid could not have been older than his early 20s. And this was only like 4 years ago. So I was like in my early 30s and stuff. And I text my husband this and I was like, I still got it. That was so cute. He was like,
it was smooth, but it was so out of pocket. Like,
only because I was at work.
I've had people compliment my eyes because they're blue and people think that's special. And I like my eyes, like 100%, but it just...
I don't have this trauma surrounding my eyes.
I've had strangers be like, your eyes are so beautiful. Or like people get too close to my face and be like, wow, your eyes. And I'm like, a large percent of the white people have them. Like, please, like, it's not a thing. Like, that person like 2 feet away also has blue eyes. Why are you getting so close to me? But the line itself, like, I like your eyes. Like, that's good. Like, that's smooth, but it just came out. Like, the fact that that's your first interaction with someone is wild. Like, if I had friends who was like wearing like one of the, you know, the Greek eyes that Tina got us, or like a jewelry with that on it, and I said like, oh, I like that, and they're like, I like your eyes, I'd be like, yeah, that's cool. Like, I have an established relationship with you, but a complete stranger is just like, whoa. But
that's how flirting works.
It's weird. It's weird. Flirting's weird. Thank you, Jesse. It's all about angles. But yeah, I don't know.
I am turning into a tomato.
You being like, that's just how flirting works. I'm like, no thanks.
See, he's like, I don't want to engage in flirting. I'd rather just not know if we are
flirting. But also, what? It's wild. It's weird. I don't know.
Okay. Small explanation. Tina is Greek, as everyone knows.
I think it was on
and there is a Greek, what is it? Tradition thing. A Greek belief that you give somebody this pendant with it's an eye, and they hang it. Yeah, the glass eye. They hang it, and it will protect from the evil eye. It is the evil. It protects from the evil eye. It's also called the evil eye.
Yeah,
I think it needs a better name.
It said, if I'm remembering correctly, like someone with like bad intentions, you want to put it at eye level because they make eye contact with it like, entering your space, and it will like break because it's absorbing the bad intention.
Yeah, it's also like if somebody's jealous of you or if they're envious and therefore they're like sending you bad vibes and like wishing harm upon you, the evil eye protects you from that. So you have yours you can show.
It's stuck to the door.
Oh, mine's in the other room. But yeah, so she got us these nice I think she actually brought them back from her last trip to Greece. Yeah. So that's the eyes that Tina got us.
Yes. No, actually, this one's from Tina, and this one is from... Hi.
I think you're a new face. I apologize if you're not. I just don't remember. Okay, because I'm like, wait, you can just buy people eyes now.
You can buy prosthetic eyes.
You can buy a lot of different kind of eyes. Okay, that sounds so much better. I like that, especially it's like a protective charm. That's what I've been trying to think of.
Okay.
It's a protective charm.
We have a new person.
My friend gave me one of those before I moved to Virginia. And howdy. Hello.
Hi.
We have new people today.
Yeah.
On the night that I get roasted by my youngest and you get roasted
by you.
You said that so saltily. As if you've
I
never-
know what flirting is, and I have flirted. It's the flirting with no prior relationship with a person.
But no, that's how flirting works. Though. I mean, yes, you can flirt with people you know, and sometimes it's even fun to flirt with like your friends, as long as I'm caveating it.
Yeah.
As long as you and your friends know whether it's platonic or more. Because like me and my friend Chrissy, we will literally like text each other and be like, "Hey, boo boo, what's up?" Or you know, stuff like that. Like, hell, I call Jess, our lovely Hex library, I call her boo all the time too. So you're actually subbed to me. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. But
it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, but traditionally, when one flirts, it is in fact with a stranger or with someone that you are building a relationship specifically.
Yes, I do know what flirting with is.
It's not just people already in your friend group. That can be very messy.
Yes, I was
trying not to out anything there, just being vague.
With it being like such a non-ambiguous first line. Also, just like I don't know.
I 100% didn't get it at first, though. I didn't know that. Because I was like, he's a young kid. Well, okay, he again in his early 20s he looked, but I was a decade older, and I'm like, I was like, oh, thank you. He's just being sweet and stuff, as one does in the South. And then he continued, and I was like, oh, he's doing his shot. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm married. Which my husband, he teased me a little bit. He was like, so if you weren't married? And I'm like, I don't know. I might have given him my number. Oh, shoot. But I am married, so it don't matter.
I'm pan, as most people know. But so there's a like, what would I say? Like, I would say like, oh, I love your eye makeup, and then I'm like, but like 50% of the time, I don't know if I'm flirting. So it's fine.
Okay.
We'll find out together on my next statement.
I'm going to make a wild gatekeepery statement that flirting must be intentional. If you are not intentionally making a statement to catch the other person's attention, it's not flirting.
I would love for that to be true.
I know, so would I. This is how I live my life, though. So I refuse to acknowledge any other.
Are we going to do another sprint?
Yeah, I was just setting it up, actually.
I was just asking.
I know. Sorry, my tone. Look, I sound so much sassier when I have a stuffy nose.
And your camera is pixelated, so I can't quite make out all of your expressions. So I'm going a lot off of what you sound like.
We're going to be buying a new Wi-Fi router, so because I'm emoting so well, like my facial expressions are so good, and you can't see them, and that makes me sad.
I can see some splotches of blue and a bright red slash to the bottom of your face. I'm not
the Joker.
Kind of, yeah.
I've become the Joker today.
How long was our first sprint?
30?
Okay. I was just asking because this one's 20, and I was like, wait, did we do 20 before? That doesn't seem right.
On Mondays we do 30, 20, 20.
I don't remember.
RP says, gotta agree with Sam there. Like, you can say something and it be taken as flirting, but generally flirting is an intentional thing. Yes.
Yes.
Like, just real quick before we hop into this, can a lot of things be misconstrued as flirting? Yes. A lot of people think you saying hi and smiling at them is flirting. That doesn't mean flirting. So I used to get accused of flirting with absolutely everybody. And they're like, oh, you don't even know that you're flirting. And I'm like, I don't think that's how it works. I think I need to be aware if I am doing the flirting.
I think
I think some people are
Technically,
just
yes, but by societal like reasoning, no.
I think some people are just, myself included, some people are just a lot friendlier than people assume people should be.
Yeah.
But then also I grew up in southern areas where people call you dear heart, darling, and sweetheart just because they want to get your attention so they can get the milk beside you at Walmart.
Exactly.
Like, excuse me, dear heart, could you move over? So
Yeah.
all right, 3, 2, 1, do things. Hello. Let me know if my air conditioner is loud. It's louder than it used to be. I think it's dying. I think I need to clean the filter and dry it out. But right now I'm really hot, so it just has to suffer. I will unmute.
It is loud. Yeah. It's okay though. It's okay. It's I don't know. We'll see what chat says, but it's fine for me. I think.
What does that sound?
Ah. Ah.
Oh my god. Oh, my child left their tablet on.
Yeah.
An alarm for 9 apparently.
Okay. I got more words that sprint than I got the previous sprint. Somehow, even though it was 10 minutes less. Yeah, you can leave it on. Chat says you can
I
leave
was
it on as well.
concerned about that sound it started
Okay.
making. I turned it on low cool and it was fine, and then it starts going and I'm like, no, not right now.
I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna risk it.
It cooled it off in here, which is all I needed until I start dying of laughter again.
I'm eating more, and you're gonna have to handle that. How'd you do? What did you do that sprint?
Well, I went to go be responsible and do admin-y things, which
What?
reminds me, I don't know if you guys saw it, but if anybody wants to guest for May on these here Monday streams, which are always 7 to 10-ish Central Standard Time, just let me know and we can arrange things. I love having new people on. It's going to the Matt May has returned with the exception of the final Monday. So, and I discovered that our book talk thumbnails, the numbers all need to be adjusted because they're off by 1.
Oops.
I at first thought I fucked up. And then I was greatly confused because I'm like, my books are the odd ones, CVs are the even ones. And we figured out where the miscommunication happened. So for in the future, when I put the things in, I'm going to like label it June-12, June-13, so that the episodes will be numbered in there. But yes. So that is what I did.
I got 565 words, which means I am 603 words away from 30K. It was a lot of Rye finally like thinking about everything that's happened to him and him like being introspective about being a dragon now and his mom and stuff without being in a state of panic. And I feel like a bathtub is a great place for him to have all these thoughts.
Yes.
So he's having a good think in the bath.
Okay, I was just making sure I labeled my pictures correctly for the numbers.
Storm is getting up from her day of lounging around.
Next sprint, or perhaps while we speak, I will be updating the book talk spreadsheet because it was not updated after our last stream. I would shade you, but this chart is my job. Ugh, I'm not on the right account. I'm like, why is it not letting me copy paste the word yes?
Storm. Girl, what even is that?
Oh, I'm actually gonna say.
What did you say?
Well, we have the column that's like continue. You know, are we going to continue the series? And I was like, well, yes, but then I'm like, no, because it was the final book. But I'm like, but I don't want to just put no because then it makes it seem as if we DNF'd the series.
You could put Finn.
I put no finished with an exclamation point.
Oh, you have longer on that line than I was expecting.
It fits, and it's more excited.
It is.
Now I have to go to your channel.
I have to renew my library book because I think it's due the 1st of May, and we don't do that book talk.
Which library book?
For my book, next book.
Oh.
And I have the physical book.
Right now, I'm considering re-listening to Not Your Crush's Cauldron, just so it will be fresh in my mind, my not sinus migrained mind.
That is wild.
Let me tell you, I'm laying there feeling absolutely miserable, just like this, listening to like this really steamy sex scene, and I'm just like, it's fine though. What's wild, CB? The fact that I'm just gonna casually re-listen to the whole book tonight.
Yes.
I'm gonna get Sunhaven done. Find that fucking first volume.
I'm trying to
we will be getting an updated thumbnail for the Scum Villain.
Conclusion. I'm in this like an app called Musical.ly where you like compare songs and stuff, and I'm in it with my parents and a bunch of their friends. And it's due in 1 hour, and I haven't submitted a song. So I'm trying to read the prompt, but it's so long.
Okay, hold on. Let's see how chat did while you do that. You were supposed to keep up with chat, so I could do things while we talk, not the other way around. But do yours. Yours has a deadline. Mine
has a deadline.
My deadline is tomorrow because I refuse for it not to be updated before we stream. I cannot handle. Okay, I'm looking for the starred comment. There it is. Some folks think being not dead is flirting, and then some have the other day. Heyo, Heather, and welcome. Thank you. I'm glad you love that. What do you love? What did we do? Oh, did I share? Was it the link I shared? I adore that performer. People are saying hello. If it's keeping you cool, Sam, it's fine. I appreciate that all of you care very much about me not overheating in my garage. And if I was very hot or that sound had not started to concern me for the AC's health, I don't know how long that AC has been there, but at least as long as we have owned this house. So it's probably 30 years old. RP continued to work on the questionnaire. JC is also wrapping up some admin things that sprint and warming up dinner. Nice. Thag wrote a few sentences. Is it Thag or Thog? Thog.
Thag is what I'm voting.
There's two A's, so I am unsure. Or Thag.
I need a song rec that came out either at the latest 1981. Our scenario is we've just broken into the community pool, but we work there. Our date / ambiguous person we're with, Dad's stationed in Amsterdam, which is someplace we don't even know where that is. We're smoking a clove cigarette.
Very specific.
Oh yeah, it's my dad. My dad wrote this. The guy pulls a dub cassette from his backpack, snaps it into the battered boombox, and presses play. The first notes hit, and it's like the night itself shifts. No twinging guitars, no disco beats, Just something low, pulsing, metallic distance like headlights on wet pavement. A voice detached and alien, a melody that doesn't belong here. He exhales smoke into the dim light. Told you, he says, kicking an old candy wrapper. This ain't disco, man. This is something else. Maybe it's not romantic. It felt romantic at first. What tracks are rewiring your brain one beat at a time? I put Bohemian Rhapsody in there because I feel like the beginning of that is alien and strange. But I don't know what to do for my second submission. We're in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1981.
Tainted Love by Soft Cell is the original.
Is that I have to listen to it now? Don't worry, I'll mute.
But specifically by Soft Cell is the one.
Yeah, I see it. 1 second.
It wrote a few sentences, got lost in thought about what I was writing. It's not that deep, really. That's fine. Honestly, shower/bathe is where I have a lot of deep thoughts. Same.
I feel like this one's a little. I know that song. I feel like it's a little too upbeat.
Okay.
Sounding.
I was thinking of a different Tainted Love, but that is unfortunately the one that is older. I had a lot of fun sprinting with you a couple weeks ago, Sam. I might be able to do in late May. Oh, that's awesome. Double check on that, and if so, let me know. Yes, the short I shared. That was awesome. I love that. Rhymes with log, not lag. So fog. Right. This is so specific. Wow, boombox. Haven't heard that word in a long time. Let's look here on the songs before 1981.
Well, it's maybe Enter Sandman, but it has there's definitely twang in that guitar. Like I know it's it's definitely not. I was like,
you know, he's asking for an awful lot of specifics.
I know. Maybe 1 second.
My husband has seen that the last season of You is out, which I saw that yesterday. Sometimes, like, I see things and I mean to tell him and I forget, and then he tells me, and I'm like, I could say, yeah, I know already, but that feels unnecessarily mean. Like, so I'm just like, yes, I just get excited when. At least that's what I've tried to do in recent years. If somebody tells me something that I already know, I'm like, they're coming from a place of they want to make sure that I know this. So I'm just going to be excited about it instead of like, yeah, I know this.
I agree with you. What's that song? It's like, na 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 na.
I'm going to need a little more than that.
I know. It's played in Supernatural, I think. I'm pulling it myself.
I'm still going to need a little more than that.
I know. I thought it was AC/DC, but I feel like
played in Supernatural. Any idea what season?
No.
It's not Carry On My Wayward Son.
No, it's not. 1 second.
You would know that one, I assume. And I don't get anything other than that na 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 na, which reminds me of a Pink song. She's muted herself, so I can't mute myself to check this song now because she's muted. She's making this very difficult, y'all. What were we talking about before she said na 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 na? I don't even remember. It's fine.
I can't find it, but I'm also thinking of doing maybe Renegade by Styx.
I literally have Renegade by Styx open because I was going to listen to see if that was the one.
It's not the song, but okay. I'm trying to figure out when Renegade first came out. Not
1978.
All right, I'm gonna put that in as my second, just because the voice is so eerie at the beginning, and it's a great scene in Supernatural.
Yes, and your homework for the last sprint will be finding that song because now I need to know. I also need to figure out what Pink song it reminds me of because that's gonna bother me. My productivity just went out the window. Thank you. I was being responsible. I was doing things.
All right, I submitted my songs.
Yeah.
It's like, it's definitely like, I think it's a guitar. I'm literally just, no, it's not that.
Okay, I was thinking of the song "So What" by Pink. That's what you keep reminding me of everything.
It's so similar to "So What," but it's not, or the Pink song.
So I'm not out of my mind. They are so okay.
No. I think that might have been it. But it's not quite.
What song is that?
That's "Long, Long Way from Home," which I listened to a lot in high school. But I don't think that is.
No, I just needed to know it. I like all of the songs that play in Supernatural are songs that played on the radio growing up for me. She gonna get us taken down.
I think I'm playing small enough clips where we're not going to get copywritten. But that's
I know, but you're gonna prompt me to sing any that my brain processes.
That's
Oh, by the way, one of my children and I were watching My Hero at some point recently, and the episode with Bakugo and Uraka's fight during the school festival came on, and that episode was really emotional for Uchaka, and it made my child tear up with little tears down there. And I've never seen I haven't seen them cry watching a TV series like ever. A movie a couple times, but I was like, damn, that hit close to home for you, didn't it?
Aww.
I was like, my sweet child. This it's the same child that like their initial career aspirations were so they could take care of me and their dad. They were like they wanted to be a chef so they could feed me and their dad. I'm like, you don't you don't have to make that a career choice, but I support you either way. It's fine. So I should not have been surprised when her thing hit them hard, but I was. Yeah, tomorrow, if you guys like to listen to people talk about books, then join us. I do like this one. It won't be like last time where I'm like, no, I don't like this one as much as I remembered liking it. But no, I do enjoy this one. So, Not Your Crush's Cauldron to finish off the sister trilogy of the Supernatural singles tomorrow.
Yes. Which I will listen to tonight.
Will you? No, I'm kidding. You will.
I will.
Wait, but then you can't watch Burlesque with me.
No, I can't. I said no, I can't watch Burlesque with you. I have to do the Supernatural single.
I didn't process that at all.
All right, I'm sending my father a voice memo. I can't stand this, and he'll know what it is.
Okay.
You guys can hear me send the voice memo.
Thinking about 1981, The Tide is High from Blondie, but that's got a reggae sound.
Okay, how do I send a fucking voice memo? No, that's not it. Come on, it used to be that button. Come on, Apple. Why are you like this?
Oh my gosh, I am adjusting to my new phone. I'm like, I hit so many wrong buttons. I don't like. Apparently, it's not just my phone though. Apparently, Samsung recently updated their UI and like, because I can't see any of my notifications anymore. I have to like drag the menu down to see my notifications.
Yeah.
So I don't realize I have notifications sometimes.
All right,
I'm like,
let me send this to my father.
like my mother called me
Damn.
while I was at a convention and I didn't get back to her for hours. I felt so bad.
I have to record the thing to send to my father. 1 second.
Yes, do the thing. I am talking to chat.
But chat's still going to be able to hear me, but my dad's not going to be just like 3 seconds. You guys can hear me attempt this tune again.
Do it.
Papa, I'm on stream and I'm trying to remember a song. I have no memory of it other than it's like, I think it's guitar and it's like at the beginning it's like, oh, this is going to be so bad. Like that. Do you know what I'm talking about? Love you, bye.
I didn't realize you were waiting for me to be quiet. You didn't say that part. Gosh.
Well, I could mute you, but I wouldn't do that.
No, I was just going to carry on with chat while you did your own thing. I didn't realize you needed me to be quiet.
Well, yeah.
We've already established I'm not processing things.
Yes, and I did not communicate well. So you didn't read my mind. How dare you?
So we're gonna blame Bakugo because he's sitting right there.
Oh, I didn't bring a Bakugo to California.
He sits behind my light, so it actually looks like he's running my spotlight. And I blinded myself looking up there now.
Hi, Storm. What's up, girl? At the dryer sheet.
Also, the last stream. Okay. The last book talk currently has a Sam bootleg thumbnail.
Yes.
I can change it on my channel. I can't update it on yours. So
I can update it on mine.
Yes. We have to wait until they are done. JC understood you. So you communicated well. So it's my fault.
It's all your fault.
She did say she was going to do the voice call so we could hear her. All right. I'll take the blame.
Storm.
Did Storm hiss or was that a soda?
That was me. Go.
Like,
girl, no. Don't eat that. I don't know what it is.
what is happening over there?
I have my plate set to the side, and she keeps getting up and coming over and going to pick up pieces of it, and just like hold them in her mouth. And I don't want her to throw up, so I'm trying to stop her from eating them because I don't know what she can handle right now because her stomach is very sensitive, even though she wants to eat everything. Hi, oh, a good girl.
I know.
To show
I know a lot of people like that. She's like, why am I up here? I did not agree to this. This was not in my contract.
She's surprisingly calm about it, though.
She is. She just looks disgruntled.
Oh, yeah. I think that's just her face.
That's also very fair.
I think that was the longest she's let me hold her on, like in this chair on stream. She's smelling everything because I washed the floor today because my chair had caught something and left a bunch of streaks on it. So she's like, it smells like chemicals. Girl. And my suitcase is sitting out on the other side of the bed because I have to pack at some point. Even though I don't have to pack yet. It's still 2 weeks. But it's just out.
It's fine. I came home from MTAC and I was like, oh, I'm going to have to, I don't want to put everything up. I'm going to have to pack for ACE in a month.
That's in a bit. Yeah, I think that's an unpack kind of thing.
It was. I unpacked, but I was
I
like,
want everything to
but
be
I have to
so
pack
easy.
for Asen. I don't want to put everything away.
She is chunk. Yeah. She's on a diet. She's always been on a diet. I feed her according to the package. She should be losing weight, and I'm worried about feeding her less. Maybe she's just like that. Maybe she
I
has.
was gonna say she could just be bigger. Like if you take her to the vet, the vet should be able to tell you based on.
The vet is like, please put her on a diet. She is so fat. Somehow she gains weight every time you come in. Please feed her less. And I'm like, I'm trying. But when I go home, my mom just feeds her so much food.
It's your mom's fault. Yeah,
I do like my mother.
Calling your mom out.
She gains a quarantine belly. I mean, she already had a belly, but she went up a couple pounds. Hi, girl. Yes. I feel like since coming to California, she's lost weight. Literally, the vet was like, maybe being in LA and being around all the people at Ozempic will like get her, and I'm losing weight mindset. And I'm like, damn, okay. Wow.
I don't think that's how it works.
Are you in a losing weight mindset, Storm? This is what she does when she wants me to go over and feed her. That's not a losing weight mindset.
It's okay. My old cat was chunk and lived to 17.
That's good. I'm glad. She's like 11 now.
You know, we have a thing for trilogies.
Yeah.
Scum Villain was technically a trilogy with an epilogue book.
Yeah.
Which I think all book series should come with an epilogue book.
Yes, that was fun.
That's my new hill to. I don't want to die on this hill because I'm not really fighting a battle. I'm just trying to convince other people.
Yes.
But I picked the Supernatural singles, which is a trilogy, and then we might be reading another trilogy depending on how the reread goes for you.
The pick I've done? Oh, I thought there was 5 books in it. I thought it kept going. I know there's the main 3.
When I looked it up just now on the website, it called it a trilogy. So
it used to be a trilogy, but now it is now a series. There are 5 books out right now.
Well,
I've only read 3 of them. Yeah, okay, there was a 6-year gap between the 3rd one and the 4th one.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, this website is terrible. I'm finding a new one to link to. I don't care if this is the author's website.
Yeah, I think I looked at it recently. I was like, oh wow, that's terrible.
See, I just want the people who listen to us talk about things, if they get interested, be able to find.
Sweetie, that's so bad. I say to a woman that is old enough to
Where's the publisher's website? There's excuse me, who published this book?
I don't know. The library tags are covering it up. Scholastic. If I remember correctly, there is like
I've known that. I just scrolled
child murder in this book, and me reading at 11 is wild.
It's a Scholastic book. You're fine.
Wow, I'm having flashbacks just by opening it.
Middle grade books have a lot darker themes than most people kind of want to acknowledge.
Oh no, there's a specific scene in here that scarred me as like a 10-year-old, and I think that's why I write so much violence, but it's fine.
I'm sorry, you blame me. You blaming why you write violence on this book is
This
wild.
book is also what inspired me to be kind of inspired me to be an author. I read it and I was like, oh, I can do that.
I can traumatize people like
I can
this.
do that. Yeah. I know. I read it like back to back so many times.
I will link to the Scholastic page. Everybody just they're just getting to listen to. This is what it's like with us sometimes.
Yeah.
I wanted to link to, I think if I link to the author's website directly, Fox may in fact just disown me again. Well, our episode 9, 10, 11, and 13 are on the chart now. Wait,
Sure.
I missed a cat sighting? You did, JC.
You
but
did. It happens so
you can
early
rewind.
on in the book. She's still there.
Oh, yeah, look, she's in the back.
She hangs out there a lot. And if you guys want, you can donate to my Ko-Fi and I'll get a Ko-Fi and I'll get a cat cam and put it in her tower for streams.
There it is.
All right. Or I'll set it up wherever she's mainly hanging out for when we stream.
The point is, there will be a
cat cam. Yes.
If you donate to CV's.
It's like $20. Yeah.
Hi.
Every dollar helps.
Bluetooth one. So
She is so cute.
she is adorable. Are you adorable? She knows she's adorable. Here she goes.
I'm also really happy about this because it gives me an excuse to use this. Technically, I could also use this one. But this one's more fun for me at the moment.
Showing my messy ass room, but it's fine because there's a giant loaf in the way.
People can barely see it. It's fine.
Yeah. Hi, you want to get fed? Okay, I'm feeding her. She'll keep circling.
I dare anybody to show me a clean work area where they actually do their work at that hasn't been freshly cleaned to prepare for the day.
Like my work area is pretty clean, but it's also was clean today. She's been fed. She will return shortly as soon as she finishes scarfing down her food.
There are always exceptions to the rule, but generally when creatives are working and stuff, you know,
oh my god, someone scanned the QR code. We got a little pop-up. Holy shit.
Awesome! I love how it sparkled. We may be more excited by the little pop-up than this.
Yeah. Well, okay, so we have a little in our corner now. We have like a little eye that says the amount of people watching, and now we have a little barcode thing that says one by it. So that
Oh my gosh, we do.
a person scanned it.
Technology is awesome.
Technology is awesome, guys. This new thing, it's called technology. Real rad.
Yes, he said, "Yay!" We should start the last sprint
We should.
if I can find the right tab. I have so many tabs. I have 2 computer screens worth of tabs open right now. Okay, I can exit that one. Do we want underwater or skulls?
Underwater.
Oh, I should have figured you mermaid.
I heard it might be more visually interesting.
I think it's a still image. We'll find out.
Ew.
It has sound. Do you want the ambient water noises?
No.
Okay. Hey, yo, and welcome. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. With the whole technology is awesome thing.
It's something.
Technology itself is awesome. The way in which some
The application of
use
some
it is
technology
not.
is horrifying.
Yes, but I will not blame the tool for the operator. Jason, all right.
Sometimes.
I will leave the sound on for those who enjoy it.
If you don't, mute us.
Yes, and keep us like open in the corner so you can see when we get bigger.
Yeah.
All right.
Or
Here.
if all of chat hates it, then just say that.
Well, at least JC likes it, so the rest of chat will
Okay, cool.
I need one person to request
JC is our
something.
longest standing person here today, so
Yes.
JC gets.
All
All right.
So 3, 2, 1, go. Hello, and welcome back. Heather went down a 1981 rabbit hole. Oh, well, their rabbit hole finally ended. You should feel special, JC. You are special. I'll unmute you, CB. We're
Thank
in.
you. I got 471 words done. And Yvette is our new character, the servant girl's name, which I don't know if is the name. Yvette is a variant of the name Yvette and has French origins. Cool. It sounded interesting, so I named her that.
So what I mostly did was I fixed our book talk chart when updated the podcast list on my channel, because I feel like it works as a podcast. So especially if my camera's as blurry as often as everyone tells me. It's a good camera, it's just the internet. Actually, it's probably just my Wi-Fi. Chris and I realized our Wi-Fi router is like 10 years old now. So
yeah, that would be.
Probably won't get a new one until June, though, because we're like saving every penny we can for a family vacation at the end of May. But after that, we will definitely look into it. If my ASIN commission goes to nothing else, I will get a new router so that you all can see my lovely expressions again. And I don't look like the Joker when I put on this. And then after that, because I had been looking in the reading charts and stuff, I was kind of like, well, I could plan or at least pick a small list of things to go back, because my next book is a standalone. I went out of my way to pick a standalone that I enjoy. So I started messaging CB, have you read this? Have you read that? Have you read this?
I just thought of like a line, so I just had to go dart it down. Or later in the conversation, this girl being like super excited about Rye having met dragons and be like, were they amazing? Blah blah blah. And I just want him to respond like, they killed my best friend.
I have decided that they killed my best friend. I have
the best friend / nemesis / enemy /
root of them. I have decided I shall not make you read Ice Planet Barbarians.
Oh. Maybe it's fine. I don't know.
If you read Ice Planet Barbarians, it will be because you come to me and say, you know what, Sam, I would like to give it a try and I need an excuse. May we use the book talk to do it? And that is the only way in which I will, especially book one, because book one has some on-page things that when I first, like, I read Ice Planet Barbarians because it was Violet's pick for the Year of Favorites. Yeah. And I love Violet and I trust Violet, and Violet and I generally share some taste, and I'm reading this book and I'm like, Violet, what the fuck did you recommend? And then, but then I got to the end of the book and I was like, I need more. And I binged the entire series in like 2 months.
Yes,
I tried a little more because I could only have like so many Hoopla, but I binged them as much as Hoopla would let me binge them.
Yes.
So
I had to close my door because my roommate is playing The Last of Us downstairs, and I don't want the sounds of zombies being murdered to pierce the stream.
I also scrolled past all the zombie books I've read recently. I was like, oh, that's a really good one. That's gonna give her nightmares. Also, hello, and I'm glad you got 620 words in that sprint.
Damn, good.
RP got more work done on the questionnaire. Awesome. Oh, definitely putting that one
on. But yeah, I want to take a look at the length of this chapter so far.
Have you read Gideon the Knight?
I've not.
We'll go on the list.
I have it though, like the audiobook.
These are not in any order. whatsoever.
This chapter is 4,000 words, and I'm not done it. Somehow it's going to be a longer chapter. That's so funny.
That
Or
happens.
not 4,000. Well,
Not all chapters are, nor should all chapters be
the same.
created equal.
All right, let's see. How many words did I get today? I'm not going to reach the 30,000 because I am. Obviously, this is the end of the stream, and I'm done. But I'm like 123 words away. Maybe I should just write the 100 words. That's so dumb for not reading. Being 100 words away and not reaching.
Fine. You can do it. Just right now while I entertain chat. Chat, do you have any books you would like to see us talk about? We will not take recommendations, but if it is a book that one of us has already read, or if I read it because you suggest it and then I go, CB, we must read this, that technically is a roundabout way to get a suggestion into the book talk. I am a simple woman who, we can't skip to Sticks. Sorry, I mean.
Skip the what?
To Sticks. It's book 23. We can't skip there. There's so much, especially, no, not for Sticks. I will, unless we get to a book that just makes you go, I am done with this series. I will get you through all those 22 books before then. And bitch about Acheron the entire time. You two have given me so many laughs this season. You're welcome. That's what we strive to do. We suspect this is also why people like to come to our book talks, even though the polls frequently reveal they have not read the books. Sometimes have not heard of them, but that's fine. Sam, we never got to talk about the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. No, she hasn't. It's on my list. Okay, so I might, for you, JC, I might make it not June, but the July book. And only July and not June because Fox has already made the thumbnail for June. But I may put that at the, let me go make a note. Because I love that book and I would love to do it. July. Italicize. Underline. Okay, my note is made. Yes, it's for you too. Also, let me know, does it streaming on Tuesdays actually work better than it streaming on the weekend? We should ask that. We should do a poll. Maybe we should move it to Tuesday officially. Well, me and the public will know it's Tuesday. I'm gonna still tell you it's Sunday. Just don't pay attention to the date anywhere.
Damn.
Is that not an ADHD hack to lie about the deadline?
Yeah, but I don't know.
You just don't want it to be right.
Yeah.
To be fair, this weekend was not your fault at all.
Mm.
You laugh like it was, and I just don't know things.
I mean,
What are you hiding from me?
nothing. Sorry, this is a really emotionally charged scene. I'm trying to
Right, you're still doing typing. My bad. I forgot. That's on me. I'm the one who told you to.
No worries. I have like 80 words left.
I recently, like last year, I read a sapphic holiday book, and I'm trying to remember which one it was. Maybe I'll put that as my December pick. Maybe I'll try to be seasonal. But I have to remember which one it was. Nope, it was not that one. That one's got a man and a woman on the cover. That one is going on the listises. I also can't wait for us to read the CB's next pick, and then for CB to be like, oh my god, this is so much tamer than I remember.
That would be nice. Less judging towards my elementary school librarians.
That would just tickle my funny bones so much. Some of the books I'm putting on the list are just like, this is the core part of Sam's memories, therefore it must be read and discussed. All right, I have enough listed for now. Heather worked on a Google form. Nice. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 along with the Dark Hunter series. Which our next book is a Dark Hunter. No, it's not. My next pick is a Dark Hunter. Our next book is CB's book.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about after tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is what happens when I go work on updating the sheets and everything. I'm like, tomorrow's already happened. Because I usually update the chart and stuff right after the stream to make sure everything's up to date. But I was slacking last time. So. I thought you said you were 100 words away.
I am. It's a dialogue heavy scene. It's a fucking hard scene. Like 20 words left.
So on Whip Wednesday, I get to, my plan is that I'm going to finish writing the first, well, I'm probably going to reread it first. And then finish writing the first draft of a sapphic witchy baking story. It's like a contemporary witchy sapphic story that, like, the concept, I started the concept when Tina was being a baby about titling one mystery treat, and we were talking about the kind of titles that she likes and stuff. And one of the ones I suggested I really liked, but I think she doesn't like it because she doesn't like pronouns, or she doesn't like possessive pronouns in her titles, which, like, that is a very common thing. And so I was teasing her about it, but then I really liked the title, so I stole it. And I was like, I'm going to write a short story, and it's going to be about a bakery. It's going to be about a witchy baker who, like, bakes magic goods to help people with, like, illnesses and stuff. And but my wish fulfillment right there. A muffin to cure migraine. Well, even if it doesn't, like, cure it, it, like, you know, takes care of it for a month or something. I'll eat a muffin a month to cure I'll eat a muffin a month or more in general. So.
All right, I finished the 30,000. I went up to 30,000, 34, only in the last, like, 10 seconds because it actually finally started flowing, like, back to flowing. But Rye's right about to, like, beat this random lady up. He's not. Rye is angrier than I ever thought he was gonna be, in justified anger. But when I was, like, originally planning him, he was, like, goofy and like rolled with the punches, and but now he has this, like, rage to him that is justified in almost every scenario it's in, and he's aware of it. But I'm just like,
he's got that angst, and that's good.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like what would be considered angst a lot of the time. Just like he has, like, there's, like, a pride in him.
Maybe not.
That doesn't let people be assholes to him.
Maybe not 2020's angst.
Not 2020's angst.
But 2010's angst was essentially, like, darker. It was, like, angry at the world for your life circumstances, and you don't have anyone in specific to direct it at.
maybe it's not even
Like,
he's not, but he
no.
has very specified anger. Like it's more
No, it's like
he gets angry
the
when
thing is,
people are
the
assholes.
anger itself is not unspecified. It's like you're angry for very specific reasons,
Okay.
but you don't have a specific person you can be mad at, right? It's like you have to choose to be angry at the world, otherwise you take your anger out on somebody, and just like it's hard to explain, but it's not like what people think of when they think of angst now. When they think
But
of
with like
angst,
him,
like,
he will get angry at things and be like, "That's not right," even if that is not the smartest reaction in that scenario.
yeah,
Like it would be better for him to like hold his tongue and like plan. And I think both Jason and Rye have that character trait, where it's like a righteous anger in both of them, where Rye gets like is the more anger part, and then Jason is the more like righteous part, where he won't let something be wrong.
okay.
Even if both of them, even like the most clever and best option, they can both acknowledge it and then still choose to do something else. Which makes them not tacticians most of the time when it gets personal.
That's okay.
Jason more than Rye, because Jason can set it to the side, but that's why we have characters like Yuri in the background, like pulling out his hair, being like, "Oh my god!"
Why are you like this?
I will put my emotions in this little box and put that box where no one ever touched them.
We need matching signs behind that to say we write fun couples, not smart couples.
Oh yeah. They are very smart, but they're not the most scheming. They're not schemers. Yuri is their schemer, their pet schemer.
Yes.
But yeah. So thank you guys.
Real quick, I want to finish the story that I will be working on Wednesday. The concept and everything was inspired when Tina and I were talking, but I actually started writing it for it was either one of the Troublemakers or the Chaos Queens challenges. Like one of the things was to just spend a day working on not your current whip. And that's what I worked on. So it was also a day that was like, don't go on the internet. And I was like, okay, but I'm gonna still be on my phone. Like, because I have migraines and I will suffer so much. But yeah, I need my distractions from the suffering.
From the suffering.
Yes. But all right, we can wrap up now.
Yeah, I'm good.
This brush is so soft.
I need to clean one of my makeup brushes because it's gross. Or it's not gross, but it has a lot of makeup on it. And at one time I bought makeup brush cleaner, but then it spilled everywhere and I haven't bought any since.
That's fair.
Whenever
I use my brushes, I always wipe them off on my hand and then I wash my hand. Like earlier, I did, like you can tell, my hand is like, maybe not because it's so bright, but my hand is covered in eyeshadow glitter right now from when I was wiping my brush on it earlier. I do have brush cleaner. I clean my brushes every now and then, but that's how I keep my makeup from piling up on it. Thank you for joining us, JC and all.
But specifically JC.
I'm glad you got some more work done, Heather. It was lovely as always.
Yes.
Good night, RP. Good luck on your thing. I will do beta reading this week. It is what it is. They're not as bad as they used to be. So that's all I can ask for. And the insurance is not being mean. Thank you for stopping in and joining us. Enjoy your night as well. And we will see you guys maybe tomorrow night for the book talk is definitely there.
Yeah.
I think maybe chat will join us. Don't look so guilty when I say that. I was thinking of it anyway. Tomorrow night, book talk, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. Whip Wednesday is your channel this week?
Yes.
Much earlier in the day.
11 Pacific and 2 EST. And 1 Central.
Usually 10 and 12, but yes, 11 and 1 sometimes as well.
No, it's usually 11.
It's supposed to be 12. I think we pushed it a lot. Might as well.
Okay. I think it's usually 11, or at least that's how it was in my brain.
I might be misremembering.
All right. Bye.